Super Dapper 10 Weather Center. This is a weather advisory.
Good afternoon, everyone. Cold day, obviously. It's around 20 degrees throughout the area right now. I'm just looking over at the thermometer on the side. And obviously cold enough to snow. It looks a lot like snow on our radar, and we are seeing some occasional flurries into the region. Tiffany Savona is going to drive the radar for me, and we're going to have a look around, show you what's going on with some of these flurries into the area, and then we'll update you on what we expect in the upcoming hours. And it's going to snow. It's going to be one of those situations where we do see snow throughout the area, and we're likely to see significant amounts of snowfall throughout the area. You can see, again, flurries anywhere within the region. It's nothing real big right now, but it's all very light snow. In fact, just very dry snow. It's not the heavy snowball kind of weather, snowball kind of thing that you can expect, that you can often expect with temperatures around 30 degrees or 32 degrees. We've got temperatures around 20, so it's a very dry snow. The ground is frozen. Any snow that does fall in significant amounts is likely to stick onto the ground. It's likely to stick onto the streets, so we do want to watch out for this. This is one of those situations where it's easy to say, yes, we will see an accumulation of snow on the ground out of this whole situation. So how much are we going to get? Here's a look at what's going on at 5 o'clock this afternoon in terms of what we see as far as snowfall. I think by that time, in the darker blue colors, we could see a more significant amount of snowfall into the region. A couple of shafts of snow rolling their way on in. That's 5 o'clock. There we are at 7 o'clock in the evening. So drive time tonight, if you are so inclined as a business, as an employer, or as an employee, leave a little bit before the rush hour, you might want to do so, because I do think that we're going to start to see the snow flying. I don't think the roads are going to be hugely bad quite yet, but I do think that we are going to see some snow flying if you want to let your folks off a little bit early. 7 o'clock in the evening. Take on to 9 o'clock this evening. We are seeing much more significant snowfall in this very much darker blue area that we are seeing, and we are seeing some sleet across North Carolina by that point. Now that's going to start to ride northward coming up. Here's where things are at 11 o'clock. You can see heavy snowfall during the later evening hours between 9 o'clock and 11 o'clock, and even at midnight. By 3 o'clock in the morning, extremely heavy snow, though, across some of these areas. Middle Peninsula, on toward the Richmond area, on to the west of Williamsburg, and perhaps even Williamsburg itself. Changing over to a bit of rain. Now, I do tend to think that a lot of this is going to stay as sleet as it moves on through a little bit later on toward the morning hours, early morning hours. There's where things are at 5 o'clock in the morning. I think a lot of this is still going to be a mixture across parts of the south side, but over the peninsula, it's likely to be sleet and snow. Here's where things are at 7 o'clock. It's winding on down, and from there on in, it winds on down considerably through the day tomorrow. We're not going to see a lot of wind with this, but we are going to see some snow. Here's a look at some of the snowfall totals that this forecast model is predicting. It's predicting 4, 5, 6, 7, 9 inches for the Williamsburg area and northward. We want to show you what's going on in terms of a wider view of things. There's 4, there's 9, 8.7 out of this forecast model. I'm putting together, and Tiffany and I are putting together what we think are going to be the snowfall totals out of this. An expert eye over the top of what these forecast models have to say in terms of what we expect. Now, one other thing that's going on with all of this is that we could see some sleet and freezing rain. The latest thinking is that it's going to be more sleet, the little ice pellets that you see. So we'll see snow, and then we're going to see these ice pellets tend to knock the snow, the depth of the snow down just a bit, but it could create problems on the street during the overnight hours. So we do want to watch out for that. Don't go out overnight. That's as simple as that. Here's the latest, what we're thinking on it. We're refining this very carefully. 1 to 3 inches, 3 to 6, 6 to 8, 8 to 10 inches farther northward, and I think a band right through here could even be heavier. Could be around a foot of snow coming up over the overnight hours, the evening and overnight hours. So we're going to have all kinds of updates for you. Tiffany and I are still putting together everything for you to give you a really good idea of what we expect out of this snowfall, putting together snowfall and updated snowfall totals map. We're going to have that for you. That'll be coming up on Wavy News 10 at 5. I'll be updating things. Tiffany will be updating things, and Tiffany's been here since this weekend. I've been here for an hour or so just to let you know what's going on. And we're going to be here throughout the nighttime hours as well. We're likely to meet Jeremy Wheeler and kind of tag tag team with Jeremy coming up by at least 4 o'clock in the morning. That's it for now. Join us for Wavy News 10 at 4 o'clock. We'll have the latest for you. That'll be coming up.